what makes HubSpot a good fit for companies starting with account-based marketing? Okay, now you're going to the zone of HubSpot and account-based marketing. Okay, so I'm assuming that most of you understand what is account-based marketing. Account-based marketing is a very B2B term where the companies, they target very, very specific accounts. Account means companies, and then they find out people working on those companies, and then they create very specific campaigns, email campaign, LinkedIn campaign, ad campaign, specific to those companies and accounts, and even phone calls and other stuff, right? So it's a very B2B specific term that is generally people like us use that a lot. If you're not aware of what account-based marketing is, we have a lot of content that we have created around ABM or account-based marketing. You can check that out. But in short, account-based marketing is that you target a certain set of accounts, for example, Fortune 500 companies. Out of that, 50 companies in Fortune 500 companies, and you only target those companies and people working for those companies for your product and service. So it's very specific, right? It's not like a general digital marketing where you just reach out to the whole world. Okay, now what makes HubSpot a good fit for companies starting with account-based marketing? So if your company is a startup or a B2B enterprise, a large company, and your product and service is very specific to certain type of companies, and your target audience is companies falling under certain industry, and there are a lot of decision makers, then possibly you need account-based marketing, right? If you're selling a low ticket item, if you're selling $10 product, you don't need account-based marketing, right? Because you're not going to put all the effort which account-based marketing or ABM needs to sell a $10 product. But if you're selling a $100,000 product, right, then that means you have a very, very specific target. You are a B2B operator. Your deal size is big, maybe $100,000, $500,000, or $1 million, whatever it is. And the sales cycle is longer, right? The decision makers are in. Then ABM is the right fit. But the question is, once you have realized that ABM is the right fit for you in terms of marketing, what tools are the good tools, right? Generally, the first tool that comes into the mind is Salesforce. People work with Salesforce a lot, and then there are other tools as well. There's demand-based and the Cognizants and the Zoom Infos. They're all tools, but for different functions. HubSpot is a very good tool for starting ABM, and HubSpot is also like a centralized management system. HubSpot is, in my opinion, is a platform that can sit in the center of your entire marketing strategy. And then it can be connected into different tools like the Cognizants and the demand base and the Zoom Infos and the reply.ios and like so on. So it can be connected to various different tool set, because HubSpot also has a very good marketplace for integration, right? It's very easy software to integrate. And most of the software has native integrations with HubSpot. So that puts HubSpot in a very good place to become the choice for ABM. Okay, and also HubSpot has its own built-in ABM tool, which I want to talk about. Right? So they have built-in ABM tool itself by which you can run your ABM campaigns. I would seriously, suggest you to go ahead and watch my HubSpot ABM webinar series. I think we did 3 webinars on that, in which I went to deep dive into HubSpot and ABM. So I actually went deep dive into HubSpot ABM tools, and I went step by step in which I showed how to run ABM campaigns through HubSpot, right? But I sincerely feel, having worked with HubSpot and other softwares as well, I sincerely feel HubSpot is the most suitable platform today when it comes to ABM, right? A, because they have their own inbuilt tools, and B, it can be integrated to a plethora of tools out there in the market by which you can integrate, and you can expand your ABM campaigns. Okay, it's also affordable as compared to the big players. It's relatively affordable. It's not super expensive, and they have their startup plans as well, which goes very low. And their API is accessible from $20 or $30 a month, right? So that makes things easier in many ways. And it's an all-in-one software. So it has got the sales hub, it has got the marketing hub. So you don't have to have separate platforms and then do the integration. So your sales and marketing team can work together in one platform. That's also make it very, very useful when it comes to ABM, right? So if I go to my own HubSpot account, this is my own HubSpot account, and as you can see, if I go into the sales hub, I can go into the target accounts, right? So if I click, I just made some dummy. I don't do ABM from this particular account. So I just made some dummy here. But as you can see, I've just put up a bunch of customer names, prospect names from my own contact list. And then, you can just make the tires, assign them the tires and put the life cycle stage and how their engagement is and like so on, right? And just create, just go ahead and create the campaigns. Based on that, you can push it to a dynamic list and run email campaigns, LinkedIn campaigns, not from HubSpot though, you can do the integration. And even you can run ads to very, very specific target accounts, right? So if you want to only target say 100 companies, then the HubSpot has those tool set like this, by which you can do that, right? Okay, so this is a dashboard I created while I was doing the presentation. These are test data, and I created those ABM campaigns. So these are the results of those campaigns, which you can check out. But HubSpot has inbuilt tools, and if you want to know in depth about this, then go ahead and check out my HubSpot ABM series.